Good morning. It's story time with Miss Laurie. I'm thinking some of you may be going back to school soon, whether that's in a classroom at a school building or if you're doing it online. So I thought we'd share some stories about school. Of course, my first story is called Pete the Cat Rockin' in My School Shoes. If you're going back to school, maybe you've got some new clothes and new shoes. If you're staying home and doing it on the computer, you get to wear your pajamas all the time. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and start. Here comes Pete, strolling down the street, rocking red shoes on his 4 furry feet. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4. Pete is going to school and he sings this song. You can sing with me. I'm rocking in my school shoes. I'm rocking in my school shoes. I'm rocking in my school shoes. Pete is sitting at his desk when his teacher says, "Come on, Pete, down that hall to a room with books on every wall." Where is Pete going? Do you know what that's called? What kind of room would have books on every wall? Let's see if you're right. Ready? Say it together. The library! That's it. Pete has never been to the library before. Wow, that's strange because we have lots of Pete the Cat books here at this library. Does Pete worry? Goodness, no. He finds his favorite book and sings his song. And there's his favorite book. What's your favorite book? I bet you it's a Pete the Cat book. So here he's, I'm reading in my school shoes. I'm reading in my school shoes. I'm reading in my school shoes. I think he's reading a book about a dinosaur. I know lots of boys and girls who like books about dinosaurs. Check out Pete. He's ready to eat in a big noisy room with tables and seats. Where is Pete? What does that look like to you? Right here he's got his lunchbox. It says Pete's Lunch. Where would he do that? Let's see if you're right. The lunchroom. Is that what you guessed? It can be loud and busy in the lunchroom. Does Pete worry? Goodness, no. He sits down with his friends and sings his song. There he is. And what song is that? I'm eating in my school shoes. I'm eating in my school shoes. I'm eating in my school shoes. Pete and his friends are playing outside on a green grassy field with swings and tall slides. Where is Pete? The playground. Kids are running in every direction. Does Pete worry? Goodness, no. He slides and swings and sings his song. I hope you're all singing with me. Because I have to turn the page first. So, I'm playing in my school shoes. I'm playing in my school shoes. I'm playing in my school shoes. I heard you. All day long, Pete sings his song. I'm singing in my school shoes. I'm painting in my school shoes. I'm adding in my school shoes. I'm writing in my school shoes. All the things you'll do when you're back at school, whether it's at home or in a school building. When school is done, Pete rides the bus home. Pete's mom asked him, "What did you do at school today?" And Pete says, "I'm rocking in my school shoes, I'm rocking in my school shoes, I'm rocking in my school shoes, and I will do it again tomorrow." That's because it's all good. Who's looking forward to going back to school? Okay, let's do our 10 little fingers. We haven't done this in a long time. So I have 10 little fingers, and they all belong to me. Do you have your fingers up? I can make them do things. Would you like to see? Let's see, what can we make them do? We can shut them up real tight, real tight, real tight, real tight, real tight. Shut them up real tight, and open them real wide. Stretch those fingers real wide. How far can you stretch your fingers? Oh, that feels good, actually. I can put them together. Good job. And I can make them high. Where'd they go? Oh! And I can make them jump high. You can't even see them, they're so high. And I can make them jump low. You can't see them again because they're so low. And I can fold them quietly and hold them just so. Good job. All right. Now my next story is called The Kissing Hand. And I like this story. It's always a good story to talk about school. Okay, Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. "I don't want to go to school," he told his mother. "I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books." I love it when books say that. "And swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you?" Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. "Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do," she told him gently. "Even if they seem strange and scary at first, but you will love school once you start." I believe that's true. "You'll make new friends and play with new toys, read new books and swing on new swings. Besides," she added, "I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home." So Chester goes to night school because he's a raccoon, and raccoons are nocturnal. Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. "A secret? What kind of secret? Do you know the secret?" We'll find out. "A very old secret," said Mrs. Raccoon. "I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the kissing hand." "The kissing hand?" asked Chester. "What's that?" Do you know what the kissing hand is? "I'll show you." Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. So open them up real wide. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand, up his arm, and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. "Now," she told Chester, "whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, 'Mommy loves me. Mommy loves you.' Excuse me. Mommy loves you. Mommy loves you." And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty warm thoughts. That's sweet. Can you do that? Mommy loves you, Mommy loves you. She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. Now, do be careful not to lose it, she teased him. But don't worry, when you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick. Look at all of Chester's schoolmates. There's a rabbit and a turtle, a mouse. It looks like a fox or a deer right there. Kind of hard to tell. Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Suddenly he turned to his mother and grinned. Give me your hand, he told her. It's nighttime, so he goes to school at night. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. Now you have a kissing hand too, he told her. And with a gentle goodbye and I love you, Chester turned and danced away. I think he's going to be okay. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across the tree limb and enter school. And as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. Chester loves you. Chester loves you. And there he is in his school with all his classmates. What do you think they're learning? Maybe they're learning how to read. And here's the I love you. And that's a sign for I love you. Okay? Okay, so I'm sorry I wasn't here last week, but I know Miss Joelle did a great job. How did you like those rockin' sharks? I thought that was kind of fun. Okay, so today we're going to make Chester Raccoon. And there's a lot to it, so it may take us a while. Okay, so hopefully you have all your supplies ready. And that should include 2 eyes, some glue dots. I gave you 4 glue dots, even though you only need 2, because you have the 2 eyes. All the different things to put together. Hopefully nothing's fallen out and you still have them. Okay, we have, let's see if I can take them all out here. You should have, hopefully, okay, I have 4 paws, 2 ears. Okay, I think I've got everything. My heart. All right. Okay, and you should have 4 strips of paper. Okay, you should have 2 long. I think I have more than 4 here. Yeah, okay. 2 long. Okay, and then you should have 2 shorter strips of paper. Okay, the short paper is for the arms and the long is for the legs. And then you should have received a different color, whatever color you chose. I think I had pink, a bright blue, a light blue, and a purple. And that's to trace your hand on it and cut it out so you can have your hand on Chester, okay? My hand is really too big for the piece of paper I gave you and for Chester, so I had to use the Allison machine, and the Allison machine will cut out the pattern, and we actually have a pattern for a little hand, so that's what I used. But I wanted you to use your own hand, so. Okay, so this is the head, okay, and these two little white pieces of paper is just to give the face a little different color. So you would just glue these on where it has, whoops, sorry, where it has this. I left that on there, and then you glue it on top of there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with mine, and you can do yours. Okay, so I have my glue stick. I don't include a glue stick. Hopefully you all have a glue stick. This is for one. And then I'm going to do the other side. Okay. So that's all there is. I just glued them right there. Okay. And then we have the, I think I'm missing a couple pieces. I hope that didn't happen to you, because I see that, unless they're stuck together. Oh, there they are. Okay. I think I'm still missing some pieces. Okay, well, we're going to fake it. So I'm going to, I don't seem to have my black mask thing, so we're just going to use my crayon, and I'm going to color some in. Just do this. Let's see. Here we go, like this. Okay, and one on the other side. Sorry about that if I didn't have yours. I know there was a lot of pieces to it, and it took me a while to get them all together. But hopefully all yours came. But if not, you can use a crayon. And I brought my black crayon in for a reason, and it's working out. That's going to do double duty for me, since I can't find my other pieces. Okay, so this is like where it makes the raccoon look like a bandit. He's got a mask on, okay? So I just did that, okay? And then I have my two eyes. And that's what you have the little glue dots for. I know they're little. Okay. And these things stick to your hands and everything else. And then you put your eye in there. So there's one eye. Okay. And then make sure the other one sticks. It's not sticking yet. I have to rub it some more. So, who came to our pop-up program at the sports complex? We did some chalk painting. That was fun. Okay, there you go. I got my two eyes on. There you go. And I'm going to glue my ears on. So I'm going to take my ear where it's flat on one side, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue, not a lot, just a little bit, on the bottom. Okay? And then you should have these other little black pieces, and it should have a flat bottom. Now this you can put glue on the whole back side if you want, because you're going to glue that to the ear. And you want to match those straight lines together, okay? So see, like that. And these are the ears, and then you want remember to put the glue on the bottom, and then you stick it on the back of the head, okay? Oops, sorry. Here's mine so far. And I'm going to put the other ear on. Okay. Remember, you just match it to the straight line from the black and the gray. Okay. Just like that. See, it's on the straight. And then I'm going to put some glue on here, on the front. I hear some children out in the children's room. I wonder who they are. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to leave that like that for now. Now you have the other plain blank gray paper, and that's the body, okay? And on that, you want to get your strips of paper. I'm going to start with the small ones, and you fold it over maybe about an inch or just about that much, and you fold it over on one side, and then you flip it over and you fold that over on the other side, and then you flip it over and you fold that over on that side, and you just keep going back and forth. And do you have them all folded? This is called like an accordion fold or something, where they have the little folds in them. Okay, like this. See how you got it? And I'm going to take this long piece. I'll fold it one more time so we have it. Probably don't need to. If you think it's too long, then you can always cut it off. Cut some of it off, okay? All right, and then I'm going to take the one piece, and I'm going to put some glue on it, and I'm going to stick it on the side of the body. And you need just enough glue. Remember, sometimes less is better, and then sometimes you have to add a lot. Okay, there we go. Just like that. See, it's on the back. Okay, now I'm going to do the other one. Remember, we fold one side, just like that. I just folded it right down just a little bit, and then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to fold it on the other side. Maybe you can get some help from mom or dad or an older brother and sister. Or maybe you've done this before. I know we've done it with a couple crafts before, I think. Okay, almost done. Are you doing this with me? I know some of you do it with me because I get pictures of you, and I am in the background on TV. Okay. Now, I'm going to put some glue on here. And I'm going to put it there. All right, we got the arms. Now we want to put the head on here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. Here's the head. And I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom. Just on the bottom, not the whole head. And I'm going to stick it on the top here. See, it's going to be a little bit down where the glue is. And I'm sticking it to the body part. There we go. Just like that. Okay? And then we have the tail. And on the tail, you want raccoons have striped tails. So we're going to just draw some stripes on here and color them in. Maybe 3. You can do as many as you want. Try to make them around the same size. I have 2 so far, see? And I'm going to draw one more right here. So now you're gluing, and you're coloring, and you're drawing. Okay, and then with this, you want to, if I get it, put a little bit of glue right here, and you want to attach it to the back, because this is the raccoon's tail. This is Chester's tail. So you're going to stick it on the back, right there. Okay, now we got to get the long pieces of black paper, and we do exactly like we did with the arms. We just fold one side, flip it over, fold it the same length, keep going back and forth. And like I says, if you think they're too long, you can cut them shorter. Okay. Keep going back and forth. Back and forth. Okay, so see, there's the accordion fold. Okay. Now put some glue on it. And I'm going to stick it underneath on the back. So the glue will stay on the back, just like that. And I'm going to do the other leg, okay? Are you with me? Okay. And we fold, flip, fold, flip, fold, flip. My one leg's getting in my way here. Don't forget to send me pictures. I know I'd love to see your rockin' sharks from last week. And I'd love to see your Chester raccoon from this week. Okay, there we go, got it. Let me show you what it looks like. There we go. And then we'll put some glue on it and stick it to the back. You want to try to keep them the same length because you want the legs to be the same. So I'm going to stick it on this side. And there we go. Just have to pull that down a little bit. There we go. Okay, we're not done yet. We still have the little tiny paws of the raccoon. So we have paws for the hands, where the hands would go, and paws for the feet. So once again, you just need a little bit of glue. Now, if you look at your hand, you'll see 4 fingers or claws pretty close together, and there's one on the side. The one on the side is the thumb. And so when you're doing the hand, you want, if you were to hold up your hand this way, then your thumb would be sticking up. So then you want Chester's thumb to be sticking up. So I'm going to put some glue right here on the palm. You know where your palm is, right? Where Chester's mom kissed his palm, remember? Okay, now we glue it on to the hand, just like that. Okay, and then we do the other side. Remember to put the thumb up. So here's the hand with the 4 fingers together, and here's the thumb. So I'm going to put that one up. So I'm going to put the glue on the back and stick it on that way. But don't worry if it doesn't work out that way for you. It will really be just fine. Okay, now I've got my hands on. There we go. And I'm going to put the feet on. And it's the same thing. The toes would be on the inside of the foot, meaning inside of the leg. I'll show you what I mean, and you can do it after I finish if you want. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue on the back and stick the paw on the foot. Okay, and I have my other little paw that I can't seem to pick it up. There we go. Turn it around so that the thumb is on the inside. Put some glue on here. Stick it on the bottom. Okay. see where these four are closer together, so they're going on the outside, and the thumb right there is on the inside. Okay, we still have one more thing to do. Well, actually we have two more things. I was gonna give you, I tried cutting out little pieces of paper for the nose, but they were just so little and they just didn't work out. So I decided to use a crayon. Now you could draw a circle, or you can make like a, upside down triangle if you want, or an oval. Let's see if you know your shapes, okay? You can do whatever you want. If you have a button, a black button at home, you can glue a black button on, and the little holes where you sew the button on would be like the nostrils. Or if you have any pom-poms, black pom-poms, or even red pom-poms if you really wanted to. It doesn't matter what color it is. And you can put it where the nose is, see? I just did an upside down triangle. There you go, okay? And of course, we can't forget the kissing hand, right? So we have to get our handprint. Did you cut yours out yet? Okay, so there it is. And I'm going to put some glue on it. This one might take a little bit more glue because it's big. Okay, I just put it on the palm, almost like as if you were kissing the hand. And then, mine is really, really, really big. Okay, so put it on right like that. Okay, and then of course, hopefully you all have your heart. Okay, you kiss it and put some glue on it and stick it right in the middle of the hand. Okay, there you go. And there's, let's see, so you can see the whole thing. There he is, Chester Raccoon, dancing away. All right, you can stick it on your refrigerator, stick it in the window so maybe some of your neighbors can see, and you can see the kissing hand right there. See if they recognize who that is. All right, that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys have a great week. Don't forget to look online to see the different programs we have. Miss Joelle has so many programs going on. Last Saturday we did our second pop-up at the sports complex. We did paint chalk and regular chalk, and the kids did a great job doing different stencils and different pictures. I hope they had a good time. I know we had some trains going by, but that's okay. And I read a couple stories. Don't forget, if you're in 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten and you listened to my 2 stories today, or if you were at the park and you listened to the stories that I read at the park, that's 4 books. So they all count towards your 1,000 books. And our next pop-up is not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. And you would have to look on our website to see where that is. I'm not really familiar with the place. And then there's another one 2 weeks after that. But we're also going to be doing a snack attack program where we're going to demonstrate how to make a snack, and we'll give you all the supplies so that you can make it and then eat it. And I believe this Friday, you have to check our website. This Friday we have a movie, and it's going to be outside in the library. Of course, social distancing will be in play, and we ask that you wear your masks, and it should be a lot of fun. It's probably more for older children, but I think it's still going to be fun. It's The Princess Bride, I believe, and I think as long as you're with a parent. Of course, remember, 14 years and older, you have to be with a parent when you're on the library property. That's all I got. And since none of my plans worked, I'm just going to reach over and shut off the iPad. You guys have a great day. I miss you. Come see us at the library. Take care. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Here we go. Bye.